Hi Kirby fans, so today we're going to be checking out the Kirby Classic proof book. So what we'll do is dive straight into it. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to my channel. Now don't forget, everything you use in my videos, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Now recently I picked up a Classic 3. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put an card above linking to it. Now this was part of that video, but I did edit it and take it out because the video was really long. Today what we're going to do is checking out this proof book, having a look how Kirby use it for sales. They still use this today, obviously not the Classic 3, there'll be an Avalier 2 one, and if you're watching this when the newer version of the Kirby's out, there'll be a newer version of this proof book. Now this proof book was used when my parents bought the Heritage 2, and it's a big selling point. Grab your coffee, and we'll dive in and have a look at the proof book. Right, so this brings back some memories of demonstrating. So you've got the Kirby Presents, and then what you would do is you'd go through obviously the history of the company, so when it was started, so 1914, and there it says 60 years. We're over 100 years now, so this Kirby's like 40 years old. Then you go through all the uses, so you've got 80 different uses, and it's quite surprising what they put on here. So you clean your pots and pans, sports equipment, household items. We just flick through a few, so your furniture, your jewellery, your shoes, your boots. It demoths furs, clothes, pillows, blankets, carpets. It's amazing how Kirby listed everything that it could actually do. Obviously your cars, so here's your vacuum, dust and vacuums, and your polishing. So your cars, attics, fireplaces. It's amazing what they could put in there to say it did. So as we flip over here, we've got the power plant. So then at this point, from what I remember rightly, you get the power plant, you take it out of the box and you show them through it. Never needs oiling, greasing, screws, bolts. Obviously after 40 years it does. But this was the biggest selling point, you know, was the proof book and everything it did. So I was quite right with these feet go under there with the Andy Butler. So we'll get this set up in the following video. As I said, performs multiple time saving, labour saving, money jobs. Magic finger belt lifter, put your finger in there and just flick up a switch and on and off it come. You had got the safety device on the front which would disengage the motor, which was a good idea. Obviously then you'd still got nothing to stop the bag like Kirby fitted now, where you've got a safety switch on the back side as well. So I'm assuming this was all coming in. As you flip that open, you've got all the different uses for your handy butler: the buffing, the sawing, the polishing, the drilling, the sanding. You know, it's a pretty amazing tool back in the 70s to actually have with a vacuum. So just flip that page and we go over to, there we go, the crystallator. So it's practically no effort. Kirby Crystallator saves you money in thousands of dollars. Back then probably people would pay to get rid of moths. It stages the development, tells you the stages of development of moths. So back then when we were focusing on moths, and moths was a big seller back in the 70s. And there's your crystallator. Seal the room off and just leave that spraying. And Kirby Crystallator creates whatever, I can't even pronounce that word. Pass through the fan chamber, and they are pulverized to provide almost instantaneous evaporation. This releases concentrated gas deadly to clothes moths, carpet beetles and other insects. So we had some deadly insects back in the 70s. I can see why they brought this to Australia. Kirby's using necessary concentration of gas in a matter of seconds. I mean, I think she's wearing a mask there, I can't work it out. She might not be. No, that's the door. So she's not wearing a mask, but she's spraying this highly toxic concentrated gas, apparently. So just flip that over again. So then you've got your spray gun. So we've got the demonstration of the spray gun. So easily adjusted, professional results, positive trigger action, portable, simple use, recommended, water-based, non-flammable, stuff like that. This was all the stuff that actually you'd use in your demonstration, and it would sell the Kirby. You know, and we'll find out how much these actually went for back in the day, because I've looked through this proof book and it's quite surprising what's in it. So it tells you all there about the crystallization and it drying and absorbing all the dirt, and then you just vacuum it up, and it is soil resistant, repels dirt because it's got like a Scotch guard. So it had that Scotch guard coating sort of back in the 70s. And we go through here. These are the types of vacuums that were available back then, and this is telling you that the Kirby does all 4, which is pretty cool. I mean, now it does all 5 because it was a mopping system as well. And then you used to, what you do is you compare what it costs to buy all these different things compared to what the Kirby would save you in years to come. And in my opinion, that's still worth the money. Obviously, you know, people are selling them door to door, making commission off them, but you know, for this vacuum to be 40 years old and hopefully still runs, and compared to my Heritage 1 that's still running, you know, it's amazing that something that expensive back then is still running today, you know, and can probably still out clean a Dyson. Well, can still out clean the Dyson. I've proved that in one of my previous videos, so I'll put an iCardable link into that at the end of this video. Now, if you're getting value out of this video as well, again, don't forget to slap that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up and share it. So then we've got the tank canister mode, you know, showing you all the efforts. So you can use it on your settee, you can use it on your bed, couch, and all the differences. So your hose, convertible ones, or duster brush, crevice tool, massage cup, surface nozzle, utility nozzle, shoulder strap. You know, this is everything that used to sell Kirby's. Then we go for the portable ones, and this was the biggest selling point. This is what sold my mum and stepdad on the Heritage 2, is the fact that when he vacuumed the seat with the Kirby, what we were sitting on was shocking. And the bed is the biggest seller of Kirby's because people don't vacuum the beds enough, and what they're vacuuming with isn't enough to get all that dirt and dead bugs and dust mites. So this is your belt lifter. I'm not too sure what this hole is in the middle for. Again, comment down below. Oh, we've got another page that flips out. So you flip this over, you've got your upright, so it shows you the upright, all the traffic coming in your house and the advantages of that, and then what it actually does and how it actually gets all the particles out of your carpet. And we've got obviously the filter bag, which is shake-out bag. So it shows you there how we'd empty the bag. So you put your hand in there, scrape it down, and then just shake it out. And it looked really simple back then. You know, people were impressed with Kirby's and what they could do. You've got your Shag King, so this was your deep pole, shag pole carpets, and I presume it would get any entangles out of there. Touchless control, which had your height adjustment for your Kirby. And then here Kirby was selling the odorific, which was what you put on your bags. I've done a recent video on what I use for my bags. Kirby odorific, you can buy it, it is really good. And then we go over to the rug renovator. This says to shampoo your carpets. You know, this was a massive selling point of the Kirby, and all you do is you just clean one spot in someone's house. That spot would then stand out, and that was another reason for them to buy a Kirby, because they'd have a nice clean patch of carpet in their house. Scuttle, they don't do scuttle anymore. This was an amazing product back in the 90s. I remember it from the 90s. Scuttle was absolutely awesome for cleaning anything, and I think Kirby, I don't know what Kirby dropped it or what they've got in comparison to it today. So then you've got your straight upright cleaner, telling you can do hard surfaces. So that was for your hard floors. And we've got the Miracle Head. So this was polishing your floors. So it does get the nap back on your carpets as well. The only thing you was, if you'd use that to polish up wax, would you really want to put it on your carpet? And then you've got your handy waxer. So there we go. So you get your hose connection, put that on the waxer, save you bending over. I was wondering how you'd put that on the floor. And put that on the wax, and then you'd obviously get your buffer out and buff it up. And then the proof book, again, you'd say about your 2-year limited warranty, everything's covered, apart from your bags and belts. And then obviously, I'm not sure back then when they ever did a rebuild system, I'm pretty sure they didn't. And here is the price, there we go. So, purchase with a regular tea retailer, So it was $600 to $750. They were selling it back in the 1970s, which in comparison now, if you compared that to today's remains, it's probably about the same what they're selling it for with going with inflation. So you'd say you could have this whole lot today for $600 to $750. Now, I'm not sure what you could probably buy a car for that back in them days. And then you've got obviously your handle, your inflator. This was a bit more of a selling point. And then these would be reviews of what people said and letters that people had written to Kirby about their experience with their Kirbys and how much they enjoyed them. And then compared to a normal, typical construction of a vacuum compared to the Kirby. Facts, comments, and that would have been the end of your demonstration. Oh, we was covering bed bugs back then. So we've got in here, there we go. So we've got all the stuff about microscopic organisms in your bed, and the Classic 3. And like you can see, this came from Queensland. So this man who owned this originally was a sales rep for Queensland. I think then they moved to WA, and obviously then they moved to Adelaide. So we've got receipts in here as well for something. And I'll have a look what that is as well. That is, oh, that's a price list. So we'll go through that in a second. So we've got a receipt here, and the receipt is from Adelaide. So this must be when he moved to Adelaide, and that is for a replacement safety switch and a repair of a miracle finger. So that was that piece there that they had to replace. And then we've got the price list. So the price list is, so your Kirby Classic 3 was $396. Back in the day, your rug renovator was an extra $56. $50 for the handy butler, $15 for your handy waxer, your power polisher was $38, and your shag rake was $15. Ah, there we go. So that was in June 1979. That was the price list. And as you can see, it was from WA. So it did move from Queensland, and then moved to WA, and then moved to Adelaide. So that is quite surprising, just to get all this information in here. And what else have we got in here? So we've got, let's have a look, specifications, into the warranty, just photocopies, and then photocopies of the handy butler and all the attachments. So that's a photocopy of the instruction book, I'm assuming. So it would save them getting the instruction book out, and they just give them that, say getting the instruction book dirty, and then obviously your list of uses around the house. To me, you know, they're well worth the money. And this has just brought back some major memories of demonstrating. Now don't forget, everything you use in my videos, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products. Make sure you check those out. So I hope you enjoyed that quick look at that proof book, and you can see there's some amazing information in there, and that's what Kirby share when they come out and do a demonstration for you. This was an amazing form for me to actually get a proof book from back in the 70s and in that condition, and with all that information in there as well. The sales price and everything was absolutely awesome. So again, those new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing your support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is we'll cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hi Kirby fans, so today we're going to be checking out the Kirby Plastic. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel, and don't forget, everything you use in my video today, there are links in the description